2026 is knocking at the door, yet you are still resting. Just think, how many years have already passed and how many are still left? Look back at those past years and ask yourself, what have you achieved? The answer will probably be painful, won't it? But don't be too sad, because you are also part of the crowd. This is the condition of 90% of the people in the world, and you are also one of them too. Accept this truth. You also fall into the category of the weak. So what should we do now? Should this video end right here? Alright. But there is no benefit in me ending it, because the weak and lazy ones would have already closed this video themselves. And those who are still watching, yes, I am talking to you. You have the power to change yourself, and you will change. And remember, truth is bitter, but only those who have the courage to listen to the truth are the ones who change their destiny. So tell me in the comments, are you ready to listen? Then let's begin. To change yourself, having willpower is extremely important, because desire gives birth to progress. And if you want to progress in life, the very first thing you must do is delete negative people from your life and restart it. Understand this. This is the most important step. Dirt is picked up and thrown away. It is not wrestled with. So you must stay away from those who pull you backward, no matter who they are. When I say no matter who, I truly mean anyone. Now let's come to the main topic, how to give birth to a new version of yourself in 2026, and how to stop living that slow, lazy and disastrous life that we have been living for so many years. Listen carefully. To change yourself, you must become strong, because your biggest enemy in changing yourself is your habits. Yes, those very habits that are slowly consuming you. The habits you have become addicted to. I don't want to waste your time here by naming those dirty habits, because you already know which bad habits inside you have you now become your routine. Instead, I will tell you how to come out of this illusionary traps of habits.
Chapter 1. The Illusion of Habits. When you are a slave to habits, you are not really living. You are just repeating. Like a song playing on loop in a music player. It's not a concert with surprises, just the same song repeating again and again until you get bored. That's why breaking this repeat cycle is essential. Habit means unconsciousness. When you live through habits, you are not alive. You are only repeating. Fighting habits is useless. Watching is enough. Osho's most important point. If you fight a habit, it becomes stronger. Just become a witness. Anger comes to watch. Greed comes to watch. When you start watching, the habit slowly dissolves. The day you recognize a habit, you are no longer its slave. Habits don't let you live, they only keep you alive. And awareness teaches you how to truly live. Chapter 2. The courage to step outside the crowd. The word crowd is very common. The crowd always gives a false sense of security. Walking with the crowd is easy, because when you are part of it, your thinking ends. You are free from responsibility. Thinking, choosing, speaking, all of that is done by the crowd. Being with the crowd is dangerous, because walking with the crowd is not living. It is merely surviving. The simple meaning of all this is, true courage is not fighting. True courage is standing alone. As long as you are part of the crowd, you don't belong to yourself. Your thinking is borrowed from society, religion, family, traditions, and a person who borrows his thinking can never become great. Stepping out of the crowd means refusing to stand with what is wrong, letting go of the desire to be popular, accepting loneliness. Loneliness is not a curse, it is a blessing. Because loneliness introduces you to yourself. The crowd gives you noise, but silence gives you truth. Because a crowd is never awake. Only an individual can awaken. Chapter 3. Stop running away from pain. Without pain, suffering, and hardship, a person never becomes great. Accept this. and you will be free from them. Pain is not your enemy. You misunderstand it and run away from it, and that escape makes your pain deeper. Look, trying to escape pain is the real pain. One who runs from pain becomes a slave to pain. To escape pain, you turn to alcohol, sex, relationships, your phone, or the crowd. This is all escape. Escape does not end pain, it only hides it for a while. So the question is there a way to end pain? Yes, there is. See pain, but don't make it me. When pain comes, be a witness, not a sufferer. When you allow pain fully, it begins to transform. Because when you don't fight pain, pain loses its power. Pain is a path. Don't run. Stay with it. From the very center of pain, deep peace, understanding, and compassion are born. The person who stops running from pain starts living for the first time. Chapter 4. The Art of Being Alone. I agree, loneliness hurts. But loneliness also gives freedom. Freedom to dream, to achieve, to work toward the life you truly want. A person who cannot be alone can never truly love. Because one who is not happy with himself uses others only to fill his emptiness. Learn to be alone, don't escape. Learn to sit quietly with yourself. Don't fear silence, it is your teacher. The crowd gives you identity, but loneliness gives you a soul. When you learn to be alone, you are no longer dependent. Not on people, not on relationships, not on applause. Only one who can be alone can truly be with others. Being alone is not a weakness. It is an art. And this art comes when you stop running away from your own presence. Chapter 5. Awakening. Now or never. If awakening happens to someone, he becomes free from the cycles of the world. He is no longer attached to respect, nor afraid of insult. He becomes carefree, neither afraid nor intimidating anyone. He masters the world instead of being trapped by it. So how does awakening happen? It's simple. Spend time with yourself. Listen to yourself instead of others. Give importance to your own being. Do what feels natural to you, what you love. But that doesn't mean doing wrong just because it feels good. Create your own principles and live by them. Clearly define right and wrong within yourself. Awakening is not a future achievement. Awakening happens now, in this moment, when you are fully present, fully aware of yourself. You have only two paths: wake up now or sleep your entire life. Man lives through habits, thoughts, anger, fear, desires. All of these are forms of sleep. Awakening happens when you watch them without attachment. Awakening is not an action. It is simply the realization that you were asleep. Now, tell me in the comments, will you change yourself? And don't say, I will change slowly, because slow change is compromise, not awakening. Understand this clearly. Either bring a revolution now or never. The door to truth always opens in the present moment. This year will be yours only when you accept it as yours. Love this year. Make it you.